Hello you, it is I, Roster Who. Are you well? You are, that's really good news. So today I thought it'd be a good idea to give you guys some university advice, maybe if you just start in your first year. So let us begin right about now. Okay, so the first thing you're probably going to be worried about is money. Now obviously everybody's circumstances are different. Do you need to get a part-time job? Probably, maybe get your first month out of the way and see how things go. But yeah, you're probably going to need some extra money because the amount of money that you do get might just be, depending on where you live, might just be enough to cover your rent and food. And if you want to go out partying a lot, you might need to get yourself a part-time job. Don't make the mistake a lot of people do, such as me, and get a lot of takeaways. What you're probably going to want to do is cook. You might spend about, well, you could get away with spending about £10 a week on food, which I sometimes did in desperate times. But if you want to live sensibly and eat sensibly, you might spend about £30 a week. I don't know, everyone's different. Depends how much food you eat. Depends how much Ben & Jerry's ice cream you buy when it's not on special offer. One of the best things you can do is shop around. I know this is like one of them things, everyone at university learns this mistake as you go along. You're like, oh, I'm only shopping here, I'm only shopping there. But if you do go to places like Aldi and Lidl, it's a lot cheaper. Shop around, don't always buy the brands, and you'll be amazed how much money you can save. One thing people always worry about when they move to university is, are they going to make any friends, and is it going to be horrendous trying to like speak to people and stuff? But really, everybody is in the same position. I didn't want to say in the same boat because everybody says that, but it is true. So just get yourself out there, even if you have to lock yourself away in your room for like an hour just to build up the courage. My advice is just get yourself out there and meet people, because everybody feels exactly the same, and there's always usually somebody you live with who's really crazy and they'll kind of bring you out with your shell a bit. Don't forget, and I said this to people last year, I was like, the people you meet at the start of term might not necessarily be the people you'll be friends with at the end of your first year. Friendship groups change. Not everybody, this isn't true for everybody, but most people's friendship group changes once you've got freshers and things out the way, and you kind of learn like who's there to work, who's not there to work. My advice is do some work because you're spending a lot of money, and the last thing you want to do is leave university and I've just wasted 3 years and then try and find a job and you're like, oh no, I can't find a job because I spent too much time partying. But the people who do find a job when they leave university can party for the rest of their life. That's my advice. It's up to you whether you take it or not. Theft. Now I've wrote down theft here because that's also something else. People are like, I don't want to leave all my stuff in my cupboards, I need to get padlocks, people are going to steal all my stuff. It's pretty much, nobody really does steal. I mean, there was circumstances in our flat last year where things went missing and stuff, but it's not a huge deal. It is a huge deal, obviously, if someone steals your stuff. Unless you're living with a thief, then the majority of stuff isn't going to get stolen. Just embrace university life, and if stuff does go missing, then you can publicly shame people on Facebook and Twitter. Homesickness, my advice would be, when you first move in, don't let your parents stay. Get rid of them as soon as you can so it gives you a chance to mingle. Also, don't make the mistake of going home at least in your first month. Try and last a month. I would say even longer. Try and last till like reading week if you can without going home, because the last thing you want to do is kind of keep it as like a fallback. And the only people I know who left, like dropped out of university, were either people who on the first like few nights the parents stayed, or the people who went home in like the first weekend. Just don't do it. Give yourself a chance to shine, give yourself a chance to make new friends, and just get used to your surroundings. Sex. There's going to be lots of sex, whether you're having sex, your flatmate's having sex, and there's just all the time, on the wall. Everybody can hear everything in halls, like literally, so be careful who you have sex with. Just be careful. Always wear a helmet, and yeah, try not to have sex with people on your course because that shit spreads like wildfire. You know, just meet somebody outside of university or just do something. I don't know, it's none of my business. Probably the most important thing out of everything is you're only going to get this experience once in your life, so just enjoy it. It's perfectly natural to feel nervous before you go. I was shitting myself before I went to university, like shitting myself. You soon make friends, you soon have fallouts, you know, everything happens at university. It's like a mini drama. In our flat last year, it was 14 of us. And I always say it was like the Big Brother house, as if the people in halls had purposely selected us, because you don't get to choose who you live with. Like in your life, there's probably only one time where you choose who you want to live with, and that's if you're in a relationship, or your second year and you decide like who you're going to live with, your friends wise and stuff. There's going to be arguments, there's going to be fallouts, there's going to be romance, there's going to be sex, there's going to be everything you can imagine. Be yourself as well, because it's that time Whether you've gone from school or whether you're a mature student, you've gone through life, it's kind of a chance where you just get to be yourself. It's a new group of people, so just be yourself. I know I keep saying it, but just be yourself and you'll meet lots of new people, like-minded people. Join societies if you want to. There's like a society for everything. Film societies, LGBT societies. But don't get stuck in your societies. Like, try and do different things, whether it's going out. If you don't like going out, go to societies. If you don't like societies, I don't fucking know. Also, before you go, you can always look on things like Student Room. I think studentroom.com. Your course will probably be on there and other people from your course will be on there. You can look on Facebook. Usually every university will have like a Facebook specific course group or just a university group, freshers group, and you can go on there and chat to people. The only thing I will say is don't get too attached to those people on Facebook, because I remember there was like people who came and they were like besties on Facebook before they even came, and it kind of made them outsiders. I'm not saying that will happen, but you don't judge people based on Facebook, make friends with them people, and then when you get to university, just hang around with them people. Just go with an open mind, meet new people. If you're interested, I'm studying television production. It's a brilliant course. I'm going into my second year. I still haven't found my accommodation yet, which is really bad news because I'm just terrible when it comes to things like this. I'm in London, by the way. The interesting thing is if you're in London, you get more money, but obviously accommodation's more expensive. Just get this in there quickly. Living in London is not expensive. Rent is expensive. Everything else, for me, I'm from up north where people say it's cheap, but it was cheaper in London for things like cappuccino than it is up north. Shopping is exactly the same, so don't let people put you off going to London. Just have a fabulous time, enjoy your life. Leave me a comment in the comments below of maybe some of your advice. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away and I will get back to you. And I'll see you all soon. Lots of love. Bye.